Before we hop into today's video, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Next Level FUT Trading, which is a live trading service in which you're going to get trading tips, investment methods, cards to buy, sniping filters, etc. straight to your phone in real time by none other than FUT Peppy himself, the man who has made more coins than anybody else in FIFA Ultimate Team history. So you guys can copy his methods, get guidance from him in real time. You don't have to wait till a video drops. You don't have to wait till any of that. You guys can just get a notification on your phone. That's the player to buy. Now, I made a video on this about a month ago and it all went great. Everything worked out. But the biggest complaint was that you guys couldn't get involved in the UK because there were no spots left for your region. Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that you guys can get involved now in the UK. There are more spots open, and if you guys get involved now, you'll get in. The bad news is there are limited spots. So unless you're quick, you might not be able to get in. So go ahead and use the link down below. You guys can get your first 2 weeks for $1, and you guys can try out the service for yourselves. I've got some really safe and easy investments to make for long-term holds today, as well as some more risky investments that we can make with a quicker return of profit. I've also got a couple cards that we should be looking to buy towards the end of the weekend. We'll be covering FUT Fantasy leaks for Team 2. We have the whole team, as well as giving an update on Road to the Final card. So if you guys are excited for today's video, do not forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new, we pack a cheeky little Phil Foden to start off today's episode. And as I said, today we do have FUT Fantasy Team number 2 coming, which also means that FUT Fantasy Team 1 is going out of packs. And with these cards going out of packs, what we have seen with dynamic cards every single time, and when I say dynamic, I mean cards that can get upgraded over time due to performance and whatnot. Another 85 back-to-back packs. The pack luck is actually coming through. But as I was saying, all of these dynamic cards, these cards that can get upgraded over time, they always go up out of packs consistently every single time. And I just do not think it's going to be any different for these FUT Fantasy cards. Now, I've been shouting at you guys all week to go out and buy these FUT Fantasy cards when they were at their lowest. And I'll tell you what, they're pretty much not at their lowest anymore. They've started rising a good 5, maybe even 10% on some of the cards. So you're not getting the best deal. But what I will say is that if you can get out there and snipe sometime around 6 p.m. UK today, you might get lucky. You might be able to get a card right at the, the hype of Team 2. Despite the fact that they do go out of packs, I think that's going to be your last chance to get a great deal on these cards because if you're not in yet, then it might be getting too late and you might want to focus on some of the other investments that we're going to be talking about today. But that's one of the really good long-term holds is these FUT Fantasy cards. There's a couple things that we need to discuss though. We are a week away from upgrades even beginning to be possible for these FUT Fantasy cards. And then on top of that, we are exactly 1 week away, March 17th. That's the golden date you should remember. That's the date that the Road to the Final cards will get upgraded as well if they've earned an upgrade by getting to the round of 8 or whatever else. So those cards are going to get upgraded on the exact same time. So all of these cards should be rising in price into that day. Now, here's the thing. Once they actually get that upgrade, they might actually come down a bit, depending on the card and depending on how good the upgrade is, depending on how much over-investing was done. And I'll tell you what, we have made it very clear that you should not hold any of these cards into their matches. I'll tell you what, I don't think you should hold their cards into their upgrades either. The over-investing in the sell-off just isn't worth the risk. I'll say it's a little less risky to hold into the upgrade because, well, you know they're going to get an upgrade while you don't know they're going to win a certain match. But here's the thing. Even when they do win these matches, we'll take a look at Anthony Martial here. They don't always go up. We've seen it go, some cards go up like Wesley Fofana, but if we take a look at Anthony Martial, 1.26 million coins. But if we take a look at what he was yesterday before the match, guys, he was 1.28, 1.29. This was before the match. During the match, he went up to 1.3 and crashed back down about 40,000 coins. And that's after they won the match. And of course, Manchester United were favorites going into that. But if you take a look at the flip side of that and you invested in Miranda, who is on Real Betis, the team that Manchester United played, well, he went down in price too. So I just do not see any reason that you're holding any of these cards into their matches, because you can just sell off beforehand and then reinvest afterwards. Now, I'll tell you what, this Anthony Martial card might not be a bad investment, and I'll tell you exactly why. Let's go ahead and head on over to some leaks. And I'm not looking at Matoma yet. I'm not looking at any of these guys yet. I want to find these SBCs, and here's one of them. Player of the Month, Marcus Rashford. He is winning Player of the Month in the Premier League 2 months in a row. We saw the 87 rated Rashford in SBCs. It's still there. Now we're getting an 88, and the card continues to get better. We'll see what they value it at. And I'm not saying that this is going to absolutely take over the game. It's not going to be the most used card in the game, but it's definitely meta. It's definitely going to be used, and it's definitely going to have an impact on people's teams, especially Premier League squads, because we're not only going to see Rashford dropping in the coming days, we're also going to see one more Manchester United squad building challenge, and that is Marcel Sabitzer, which is going to come as a fantasy FUT SBC. So we're getting 2 Manchester United SBCs within the same couple of days. I bet the Sabitzer will drop first. I bet Marcus Rashford is a little later in the week. But when we're seeing 2 Manchester United squad building challenges drop so close to each other, and one of them is bound to be good, if not both are bound to be doable. We'll see what this Sabitzer looks like when it actually dropped. Of course, these are predicted stats, and when you look at the card right there, it is mid. It's very mid. It's usable, but it's mid. You want a couple higher rated stats on here, but of course, it is subject to get upgraded as well. So you could see people do it just for the potential upgrades that they're going to get with Manchester United. And I know they're coming off a pretty tough loss against Liverpool, but before that match, they were in decent form. I'd say it's likely they get that win. I'd say maybe unlikely to go with no loss over 6 matches. And Sabitzer, he does come on later in the match, so those should count as appearances as well. Whether he gets 2 goals or 2 assists, I'd say that's unlikely. So I would count on a +2 on this Sabitzer, but I would say he stops at 90 rated most likely. Not to say that some things couldn't surprise us there. But as you guys probably saw as we scrolled through here, we do have some other cards that are coming to FIFA 23 Ultimate Team today, and that is these FUT Fantasy Team 2 cards. In fact, we have a few of them on the loading screen here on FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. And I'll tell you what, Eden Hazard is one of these cards over on the right side. The one on the left side is Ruben Diaz. And the one in the middle, I don't think that there is any surprise on who that 99 pace Saudi Arabian is. That's Al Owairan, which is going to absolutely plague people's teams for the rest of the year. We've already seen the World Cup hero Al Owairan in every single weekend league squad you've ever faced. In fact, I bet a lot of you absolute rats probably have him too. But that's going to be dropping, and that's going to make things a little bit sweatier on those weekend league games. But Eden Hazard should look something like this here. A pretty good card to start with, and if Real Madrid and Eden Hazard get a couple of upgrades, then I say he's probably going to be pretty expensive over time. But we'll see what he is on day one and throughout the week. Then we've got Dio Upamecano. Another card without any upgrades is going to be really good. And FC Bayern Munich, still favorites to win Bundesliga. Obviously, Dortmund tied on points with them. But I'd say with that competition, with Bayern actually, with the potential slipping up from winning their billionth title in a row, they have a lot of pressure on them to win these next couple of matches. So I'd say that Bayern are probably going to get not just 1, but probably 2 upgrades on Dio Upamecano most likely, because even though they have dropped a lot of points this season, it's been mostly through draws. It hasn't been through losses. They have quite a few draws this season. I believe they only have 1, maybe 2 losses in the league this year. So it's unlikely they lose any of these matches, but we'll see. On top of that, Upamecano is, an often player for them, so he's probably going to get those 3 appearances. And if they end up getting 2 clean sheets during those 6 matches as well, starting on March 17th, then he's going to get another upgrade. So this could potentially get up to 92 rated. Just to remind you guys, this is how you get upgrades in fantasy foot. We've got the campaign launch, a win in the next 6 games, which is very likely for a lot of these players. 3 appearances in the next 6 games, which is also very likely. 2 goals or 2 assists in the next 6 games for attackers or midfielders. For defenders and goalkeepers is 2 clean sheets. And then avoiding defeat in the next 6 games is a tough one. But for, I'd say, over 50% of these cards, they're going to get a +3 upgrade. So I'm really liking the odds of upgrade on players like Upamecano to get at least +3, if not +4. And so that's going to be a really expensive card to start out. But I'd say that there's going to be a low point within the first 48 hours of the release of this card that he gets to, that will pretty much never be seen again. I don't think that there's going to be a low point that is, he's never going to get as low as he will during those first 48 hours. There's going to be a time to pick up those cards. So I would say before he starts going up, just inevitably, because the card is already good and likely to get some big upgrades, I would try to grab one of these cards, but I would expect it to be pretty expensive already. Then we've got Ruben Diaz here, 90 rated, already with pretty good stats as well. You could see Manchester City and Ruben Diaz getting these upgrades pretty much similarly to what I said about Upamecano. Diogo Jota with Liverpool here. I really liked his gold card at the beginning of FIFA 23, and although I haven't been playing as much gameplay in the last month, I might get a remontada with Diogo Jota just because he was my favorite gold card to start out this year. I might have to go grab him again. Then we've got Benacer also coming as a player in the FUT Fantasy promo. Really good cards. I'd say that this team is better than team number 1 overall. Tagliafico is kind of more in the middle, more of a mid card. And there's a full list of these players that I'm going to go ahead and show you right now as we finish with Matoma there. But if we pull up FUT Scoreboard, he tweeted it out yesterday. From the code, we saw the entire team leaked for FUT Fantasy. Team number 2, we've got Tagliafico, Benacer. We already saw those. Toprak is coming. Lima's already out as an SBC. We've got Gomez, Ricky Puig, Benteke, Sabitzer we already talked about, Emre Can, Diogo Jota, of course, Rashica, Foyth, got Juan Foyth there, Eden Hazard, Oscar de Marcos, Dios Upamecano, Dominic Szoboszlai, Ruben Diaz, Wimmer, Matoma. All of those are in the game code. So even though we haven't seen, the graphic design for all of them, these are all the cards that are going to be coming to the game. So I mentioned Anthony Martial earlier. I do think it's a good investment. It's a card that is going to get an upgrade on March 17th. And here's the thing. He went down in price because all of these investors had invested with that potential upgrade already in mind, with them being favorites. So if this card, if Manchester United would have lost to Real Betis, this card would have crashed downwards, 500, 600,000 coins, no doubt. But since they won, he has the potential to get another upgrade. So here's the thing. You're going to wait until he gets the first upgrade, and then you can wait before they play the round of 8 match. So those both dates are good days to sell into. You could make that investment right now and then hold until before their next match. And he's probably going to be upwards, probably 150,000, 200K maybe if you're lucky. We've seen some cards go beyond that, but you're also looking at a card that's going to be kind of getting into the meta, kind of getting into links because of those complement links due to Rashford and due to Sabitzer. So people are going to have reasons to link him into squads as well, which could contribute to the rise in price on Martial. But then when we look at some of the other cards that are linking to Sabitzer and Rashford, we also have Rafael Varane's Winter Wild Card. I don't think you should invest in the 88 Marcus Rashford. He's already been going down in price ever since the release of the last Player of the Month. He's going to continue to go down because people are going to replace that 88 Rashford with the SBC Rashford. Then we've got Bruno Fernandes, 500,000 coins. I would say that's a card that I would also stay away from because it is sharing the exact same position and very similar stats to Marcel Sabitzer once he gets his squad building challenge card. So I'd stay away from Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo's an okay investment. I wouldn't say it moves a ton. I do kind of like Terrell Malacia. That's a pretty solid one. Fred might be decent. Casemiro, meh. Dallo, I like as well, and we're starting to get more into low budget here. Wan-Bissaka is a decent investment there. We get lower, we can go Lisandro Martinez. We've seen him move so much from other SBC complement links already this year. I think Martinez is a good investment at 59,000 coins. All he has to do is rise 4,000 coins, and you've already made, 2,000 coin or 1,000 coin profit at least. So all he has to do is rise 4,000 coins before you're already making profit, and he'll probably will go beyond that. Anything lower than this, I'm not seeing too much movement, most likely from Anthony Elanga, maybe just a slight bit. But if you're going to go low budget, I would say Lisandro Martinez is your guy right there. So we talked about some of the more long-term investments that we can make. Team 1 going out of packs, Team 2 coming into packs. You might be able to get some deals on some of those new cards early on in the week. What we're going to see with Team 2 is we're going to see a rise quicker than Team 1. Team 1 stayed low towards the end of the week. We're not going to see the same thing for Team 2 because the upgrades are going to come much sooner afterwards. So keep that in mind. So those are safe long-term investments. And then more of the riskier, quick return on investments are going to be those Manchester United cards. And then we can also invest in Team of the Weeks towards the end of this week. And of course, it's still only Friday. I would wait till at least Saturday night, probably Sunday. You could probably still get in on Monday, but that might be getting towards the later times to get in on some of these cards. But as we look at a couple of these guys, Mohamed Salah, probably going to be a good card to invest in as he goes out of packs because he's already a great card. We haven't seen a ton of Mohamed Salah in player promos. Who knows if he'll come out in FUT Birthday, but that is going to be the next promo. By the way, I'll drop another video on FUT Birthday once we get a little bit closer, but FUT Birthday is confirmed to be the next promo, which is dropping on March 17th, so keep that in mind. Griezmann here at 53K could be all right, actually, out of packs. One thing you got to worry about is his 3-star weak foot there. Nicolas Sule is going to be a pure SBC fodder investment, but it's going to be a good SBC fodder investment because I believe he is the cheapest 87 in the game right now, and he's an inform. So inform requirement on SBCs, and all of a sudden he goes up in price. Gerhardt, I wouldn't invest in. You got Reece Nelson there, I wouldn't invest in. Really just those first couple of cards stand out to me. I don't think any other of these cards in the current Team of the Week are all that great, but I do like Salah and Griezmann out of packs, and then Sule as SBC fodder. A couple of these 80, that Gerhardt 86 might not be bad for SBC fodder either. The 85s, we've seen 85s get targeted in the past. Even the gold 85s have risen above 15K at times. And if we take a look at the cheapest players by rating right now, and we look at 85 rated cards, because of the current squad building challenge that is actually out right now, we're seeing a lot of these 84s and 85s a little bit up in price. So it actually is this 84 times 5 upgrade, which you could get, in theory, really good cards from this. Here's a squad that I put together for it. I don't think it's worth submitting, but for the sake of content and to earn your like on today's video and hopefully subscription to the channel as well. By the way, over 50% of the people who watch my videos aren't even subscribed. So if that's one of you guys, feel free to help out the channel and it'll bless your sub box as well. Let's open one of these 584 plus times 5 players packs, and hopefully it'll be worth it. Hopefully it'll prove me wrong, and this will be totally worth it. Okay, it's a man of the match. It's a high. Oh, it's Di Maria. I can't be too mad about that, but I also don't think I'm ever going to use that card in game. So it's basically going to be treated like an 87 rated SBC fodder card. But there could be something underneath it. I don't know if, 87, is man of the match cards going to pop up before FUT Fantasy? Are man of the match cards going to pop up before Lionel Messi? Or De Bruyne? I'll take a 91 rated card. That's going to help in a squad building challenge, that's for sure. I was hoping to get a FUT Fantasy, but all in all, that's a pretty solid 84 plus times 5 pack. We did get 2 84s, but I guess that's to be expected. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys did enjoy the video, as I mentioned earlier, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.